to another healthy conversation. Okay, so now we are in your all-time favorite office with all the different...
the clutter.
Yeah. Wait, no, the signs, the positive motivational signs.
Okay.
You even commented on this one. Consider amateurs built the Ark, professionals built the Titanic.
Very apropos.
Especially for what we're going to talk
about.
Right, right. So last week I talked to you about the ACT system and how you really should set yourself up to compile research, right? And I promised you that this week we would talk to you about how to research, because a lot of people don't know how to research, especially, you know, when you're hit with, gosh, Donna, frankly, I'm surprised you're even still alive, or John, you have cancer. When you're hit with those words, your brain kind of goes haywire.
Mush.
Mush. And you don't know how to research. So we're going to talk you through how to research when you have any question or anyone you care about as a question really related about anything, but certainly related to a medical condition. Now, as you remember, John has had cancer 4 times, so he did his share of research. What did you do with your cancer? How did you research? What did you do?
Well, going to multiple doctors was pretty much the best thing I think anybody can do. One of the things I always talk to all my customers about, I said, you know, get all of your tests and keep them someplace where you know where they are.
All together.
All together. Because it's surprising when I ask people, well, what is your cholesterol? Well, I think I remember it was this or it was that, but they really don't know.
Yep.
I've got every blood test from the last 25 years in my office. I mean, I can tell exactly where I was 10 years ago or 5 years ago or today.
And as you're compiling that research, I would point one thing out, that a part of what's going to go in that folder are the notes that have been made when you were at the doctor's office. And what we would encourage you to do is never go alone.
Yeah.
Never go alone to the doctor. Take someone with you.
Well,
it just happened.
My brain was mush when somebody tells you have cancer. She was the intelligent question asker, and
sat there with a notepad and a pen, listening to what the doctor was saying and asking good questions, because the person it's happening to is not going to think of all the questions to ask. Now it's just been reversed. I went to a doctor and called him when I left and said, this doctor just told me he couldn't believe I was still alive. You're going to every doctor's appointment with me from now on, because he would have been the one going, whoa, 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 and asking really good questions. Doesn't even matter. What comes to your mind is a good question. Ask the question, write it down, and put those questions also in the folder. Go ahead.
Not only that, I mean, I asked for the blood workup from the first doctor, blood workup from the second doctor.
All going in the folder.
All going in the folder. Now you can compare. Now you have something, a baseline you can kind of compare.
So let's use that, because that's what we're doing with me right now. We're take everything you've gotten from each doctor and lay it out side by side. So a yellow highlighter might be the thyroid stuff. So we'd highlight the thyroid stuff on all 3 of these doctor's reports.
And some doctors think, well, it's all thyroid. Some doctors think it's something else. It's gluten sensitivities.
Everybody's shtick is everybody's shtick.
Different.
That's not nice. Specialty. Everybody has a specialty. It's real. It's legitimate. But everybody's specialty is what they believe is your issue. So we compile. We ask lots of questions. We put everything together in one place. Then what'd you do?
Get as many expert opinions as you possibly can.
So go back and ask somebody else.
Exactly.
Here.
At least, I mean, with me, it was the 3rd opinion that saved my life.
Changed everything.
Exactly.
Changed everything. So you're going and saying, here's what they say I have, right? Here's
and
what they say I have.
I remember when we went to the 3rd doctor and I handed him all the PET scans, all the CAT scans, all the blood workup, and he looked at it and said, we don't have any active cancer right now, so we'll just keep you under observation.
But we didn't just give him those reports. You said, here's what they say I have. Here's what they're telling me to do.
That was part of it.
And then he reviewed those papers. Now, again, I know we share this sometimes. We don't share it often. No matter where we're at shooting these healthy conversations, it's Shelly who's the one behind the camera. And she's been through this. She's been through this with her mom. She's been through this with her dad. And she's standing behind the camera. You guys can't see her. She's standing back there nodding today, because this is what you do. You go get the information, you ask good questions, you take good notes, you take someone with you, you put it all together, you lay it out, you compare it, and then when you go to the next doctor, you say, this is what they say I have, this is what they're telling me to do, I want to know what you think, and you give them the reports,
You know, another thing, reports aren't all that difficult. You might have to look it up as far as what one particular test means, but they all have lows and highs. They all have low and high ranges on all of them. It's pretty easy to tell which ones are out of whack.
So this is what we were sitting over having a very long, healthy conversation before we started recording this. This is where we were having a tiny bone of contention because we wanted to really be sure we taught you how to research. And John used the word internet. And I went, oh my gosh, we don't want to tell people that the internet's their doctor. What you meant by that is that you take words that you may or may not understand, and you may understand them, and you go Google them in every way you can think to Google them. Google them with the word holistic, Google them with the word natural, Google them with the word medicine, Google them in different order.
Well, the last test we saw, I broke down 3 of the tests. I just Googled them.
Because we didn't know what they were.
What they were. And they were very self-explanatory.
So use the internet as your dictionary, your encyclopedia.
Exactly.
And not necessarily as your doctor. So your research steps are gather what the doctor says, go to different doctors. Well, by gather what the doctor says, we put everything in the folder. Yeah, and take someone with you, and those notes go in the folder too. Now you go to a different doctor, say this is what I have.
Expert in their field.
Okay, oh gosh, yes, expert in their field. This is what they say I have, this is what they want to do, what do you think, right? And as you're looking at all the documents, when you're laying them out in between doctor visits, you're going to the internet to see what these different things mean. And then when you get to the end of all of this, you have to intelligently compile the data, if you will, to make a decision. And that kind of goes back to the ACT system I shared last week. Ask God, compile the research, and take action. And every time we took an action with you and now with me, we would step back and see, okay, how do I feel now? What do the blood tests say now? How am I doing now?
It's all information controlled.
And then you would do it again. Ask God, compile research, take action. So the research system seemed to work out really good for him. He's beaten it 4 times and now cancer-free. How many years?
15.
15 years. And the things that I'm going through, like I said, no cards, no letters. I'm fully alive. All is well. I'm going to be fine.
You are.
We're just figuring some stuff out now. We're going to rebuke that one statement that kind of made my brain smoke for a minute. While at the same time knowing he's a very credible physician. And we should consider where he's coming from. And that's part of compiling your data. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If you'd like to get a copy of this audio, I think we'd like to gift it to you. So let us know that you'd like to have it. You can always look it up on YouTube. It's always there. But if you'd like to have this for your records, I think we'd like to gift this to you. This could help people a lot.
Sure.
So talk to you next week from, again, the cluttered
Uncluttered office.
We'll be in an uncluttered office. That probably is going to be on the other side of the room.